بسم الله الحمد لله الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Today we will discuss about another characteristic which is shidda, bayniya or tawassut and rukhawa. Shidda literally means strength. But in tajweed rules, shidda is to block or imprison the running of the sound when saying these 8 letters. You can memorize these 8 letters in this phrase, ajid, qatin, bakat. Ajid, qatin, bakat. When we are reciting these letters, as soon as you touch the makhraj of these letters, there is a cut or imprisonment of the sound of the letter. And we can take some examples here. One of them is written right here, ya, muru. And other one we can take akbar, yaj'al. As we reach to letter hamza or kaf or jim, the sound cuts off until you reach to the next letter. And you can feel the gap between the letter of the shidda and the next letter. But of course, this gap should be a natural gap without any exaggeration. I should not be saying ya, muru. This should be a natural gap according to your recitation. If you are reciting it slow, your gap might be bigger. If you are reciting it fast, your gap is smaller than my gap. The other thing that we need to make sure, if the letter is a qalqala letter, for example, in yaj'al, so jim is a qalqala letter, but of course it's a shidda letter as well. So we will give the shidda, yaj, and then qalqala. So if I recite this example just with the characteristic of shidda, it will sound like this, yaj'al. You can feel the gap after jim, but because jim is also a qalqala letter, after shidda, I have to bounce letter jim when it is sakin. So I will say yaj'al, yaj'al, like this. And in case of akbar, of course, kaf is a shidda letter. And if I give you the same example, Allahu Akbar, with shidda only in kaf without hums, the sound will be like this, Allahu Akbar. And there is no running of the breath after kaf. I gave kaf with shidda, but without hums. So I have to add the hums as well. Once I will cut the sound, I will add the running of the breath after letter kaf. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. The same way in case of ta. Ta is a shidda letter. If I give you an example of letter ta having shidda, at, mim. So I cut the sound of letter ta and you can hear the gap from ta to mim. But this was only with shidda. So ta is also a letter of hums. So I have to add the hums as well. I have to add the running of the breath after letter ta as well. So I will say at, mim, at, mim. So you block the running of the sound for letter ta. Why? Because it is a shidda letter, but then you have to add hums as well, running of the breath, because ta is also a hums letter. So when you are reciting these letters, you have to remember all the characteristics that they carry and then try to recite these letters. So shidda is completely blocking or imprisoning the running of the sound while saying these 8 letters, ajid, qatin, bakat. And as soon as you touch the makhraj of these letters, there is a cut or imprisonment of the sound until you reach the next letter. You will feel the gap between the shidda letter and the next letter, but of course this gap should be a natural gap and do not exaggerate this one. After shidda, let's talk about ar-rakhawa, and inshallah then we will come to tawassut and bayniya. Rakhawa is exactly opposite to shidda. Rakhawa means softness. In tajweed rules, rakhawa is to fully run the sound of the letter when pronouncing it until the next letter is heard. So there is no gap between the rakhawa letter and the letter coming after. Other than letters of shidda and bayniya, all the letters are rakhawa letters, and we will take some examples right here. So ghain is a rakhawa letter. We will run the sound of letter ghain until we hear letter dad, like this. Al-maghdubi, maghdu, like this. We should not be giving it the time of shidda. Al-maghdubi, maghdubi. This is not rakhawa. I gave letter ghain a shidda. I did not give it rakhawa. So run the sound of letter ghain until you hear letter dal. Like this. Al-maghdubi. Al-maghdubi. Another example could be al-mustaqimi. 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 Sin is also a rakhawa letter. So we run the sound of letter sin until we hear letter ta. So this is how we give rakhawa. Bainiya or tawassut is in the middle of shidda and rakhawa. Bainiya is partial running and partial imprisonment of the sound of the letter. In case of rakhawa, we did complete running of the sound of the letter until the next letter is heard. In shidda, we completely block the running of the sound of the letter and there was an imprisonment or cut of the sound of the letter. But in tawassut or bainiya, as the name shows, it is a moderate letter. It is between shidda and rakhawa. It is not very strong like shidda letters. It is not very soft like rakhawa letters. It is something in the middle. There's partial running and partial blocking of the sound of the letter. So what happens in bainiya or tawassut letters, as soon as you touch the makhraj of the letter, the sound will run for a little bit time, but after that there is a cut until we reach to the next letter. And there are only 5 letters for bainiya or tawassut, and they are lin umar, lam, noon, ain, mim, and ra. In tawassut, we touch the makhraj and run the sound for a little bit time, and then there is a gap, and we move to the next letter. So we take this example, na'budu, na'budu. We should not give a ayn, which is a letter of bainiya, the timing of shidda. If I give this ayn with the timing of shidda, the sound will be like this, na'budu, na'budu. So I am changing this letter. I'm giving hamza instead of ayn. If I give this ayn time of rakhawa, the sound will be na'budu, too much time. So I have to stay somewhere in the middle. I have to say na'budu like this. Or another example could be an'amta. Noon is a letter of bainiya. I have to give time to letter noon. I have to give time to letter mim. An'amta. So this timing of noon and mim should be less than rakhawa, but more than shidda. Another example could be faghfir lana. So in this case, ghain, fagh. So this ghain is a letter of rakhawa. Fir, ra is a letter of bainiya. So I have to make sure the timing of the ghain is more than timing of ra. So I say faghfir lana. So I have to make sure of this timing that I have to run the sound of letter ghain more than the sound of letter ra. If we talk about the bainiya letters where there is partial running and partial imprisonment, we see letter lam, noon, ain, mim, and ra. If you talk about their makhraj, you can find why there is partial running and partial imprisonment. Let's talk about letter noon. Noon, while you are touching your tip of the tongue with the roof of the mouth, that is the partial imprisonment. But the nasal sound is coming from nose, that is partial running. In case of mim, we say the lips are blocking, and that's the partial imprisonment. But the gunna is coming from the nose, so that sound is partial running. In case of letter ra, as we have discussed in the makhraj of letter ra, that the tip of the tongue is touching the roof of the mouth, but there is a small hole at the front of the tongue, and that small hole is the partial running, and rest of the tongue is partial blocking. Letter ain is coming from the middle of the throat. If I completely block the sound of letter ain, this will become like hamza, like this. I have to partially run and the sound will become instead of ah. In case of lam, the tip of the tongue is also touching the roof of the mouth, but the sound is escaping from the sides of the tongue. And inshallah, there is another characteristic related to letter lam, and we will discuss this in detail. So the makhraj of these letters playing a big role to make them the letters of bainiya or tawassut, where there's partial running and partial imprisonment. Due to shidda, a letter becomes stronger, and due to rakhawa, there is a weakness that adds into the letter. But in tawassut, these are moderate letters, neither too strong nor very soft. These characteristics are permanent attributes of any letter, but when the letter is sakin, they are more noticeable and more clear. And we have to give the timing of those letters according to the attribute that they carry. If they are from Shidda letters, Ajid, Qatin, Bakat, we will give them less time. If they are from Lin Umar and they carry the characteristic of Bainiya, we will give time which is more than Shidda but less than Rakhawa. Other than Ajid, Qatin, Bakat and Lin Umar, all the remaining letters of Arabic language are Rakhawa letters, and we will give them time which is more than Bainiya and more than Shidda. But what happens when these letters come as a vowel letter? For example, in Daraba, so Dad is a letter of Rakhawa, Ra is a letter of Bainiya, and Ba is a letter of Shidda. When these letters come with vowel, the vowels are equal in timing between all the letters. No matter if the letter is Shidda, Tawassut, or Rakhawa, we cannot change the timing of the vowel. So in this case, Da, Ra, Ba. Dad is a letter of Rakhawa, Ra is a letter of Bainiya, and Ba is a letter of Shidda. But all of them carry one fatha. So I cannot change the timing of letter Da. I cannot say it like this. Da, more timing because this is a Rakhawa letter. Ra, because it is a Bainiya letter, I will give more timing than Ba, but less timing than Dad. And in case of Ba, I am giving less timing because this is a letter of Ajid Qatin Bakat, which is a Shidda letter. No. When the letter is vowel, you have to remember that you give the timing of the vowel and not the timing of Rakhawa, Shidda, or Tawassut. Why? Because no vowel letter is longer in timing than the other letter. So you give more importance to the timing of the vowel than anything else. Let's suppose this Ba is having an alif after this. So then I will say Daraba. I have to give it 2 counts then. At that time, I will not give 1 count to this Ba, and I will say it with 2 counts. Daraba. Although Ba will remain the letter of Shidda, which is from Ajid, Qatin, Bakat. But if there is an alif after this, I will say Daraba. The timing of this Ba will move. So when the vowel comes, the timing of the letter is according to the vowel that it carries. The true fruits of characteristics of Shidda, Tawassut, and Rakhawa, you can see them when the letter is having a sukun. Let's take this example. Yastabshirun. In this case, Sin is a Rakhawa letter having a sukun. Ba is a Shidda letter having a sukun. Noon, when I'm choosing to stop, it is Sakin and it is a letter of Tawassut or Bainiya. So my timing for Sin should be more than timing of Noon and timing of Ba. So the timing of Noon when I'm choosing to stop should be more than timing of Ba, but less than Sin. In case of Ba, my timing should be less than Sin and Noon. But when I'm choosing to stop at Noon, I should not exaggerate it too much that it starts giving a sound of a Noon which is having a Shadda. So I should be reciting it like this. Yastabshirun. Yastabshirun. So we can say all vowel letters are equal in timing, but Sakin letters have different length of timing depending on which group they belong to. If the letter is a Shidda letter, then they have the shortest timing. If the letter is a Tawassut letter, then their timing is more than Shidda, but less than Rakhawa. But if the letter is from a Rakhawa letter, so Rakhawa letters have the longest timing when they are Sakin, yet equal in timing to each other. So you cannot give one Rakhawa letter more timing than the other one. The same way you cannot give more timing to a Tawassut or Bainiya letter than the other one. Just like in An'amta, the timing of Noon should be exactly the same of timing of Mim. You cannot give one letter which is a Bainiya letter more timing, other letter less timing. One more thing that we should be considering while reciting is if a letter is having a Shadda, not Shidda, a Shadda. In that case, give the timing of the first Sakin letter as per their group. Like in this case, Al-Mukaththibin. So letter Zal is a letter of Rakhawa. In case of Shadda, the first letter Zal is Sakin. So you cannot say Al-Mukaththibin. So where is my timing then? So I have to say Al-Mukaththibin. Give timing to letter Zal. In case of Ar-Rahim, letter Ra is a letter of tawassut. I should not be saying it like this, Ar-Rahim. So now I am not giving the proper timing of letter Ra. So I have to remember, I have to give timing of tawassut. I will say Ar-Rahim. Ar-Rahim. I should not give too much timing. That will add more Ra, like this. Ar-Rahim. I'm adding too many Ra's here. So I need to avoid that. I will say Ar-Rahim. Do not add too many Ra's by giving time of Rakhawa like this. Ar-Rahim. Or say it like this. Ar-Rahim. That is with Shidda. When the letter is having a Shadda, give time to the Sakin letter as per their group. While discussing the characteristic of Hams, I gave you an example of Allahu Akbar, and I told you in case of Kaf and Ta, the timing of the running of the breath is less than rest of the letters of Al-Hams. Why? Because this characteristic of Shidda is affecting the pronunciation of letter Kaf and Ta. If I say letter Kaf only with Shidda, the sound will be Allahu Akbar. But I have to add hams, so I will say Allahu Akbar. If I say letter Ta without hams, by only giving shidda, the sound will be fitnatun. But I have to add hams, so I will say fitnatun, fitnatun, like this. While we are reciting our letters, we have to remember all the characteristics that they carry, and then we pronounce those letters. That's the end of this characteristics, Shidda, Bainiya, and Tawassut. Inshallah, we will continue in our next class with Sifatul Huruf. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.